So, have you seen this online yet? This idea that you can literally drink your way to your dream life? I know, it sounds pretty wild, right? But this whole manifesting with water thing, it's kind of blowing up. It promises this super simple way to get what you want. So, what is the deal here? Is there really anything to it?
Well, the whole premise is, honestly, it's incredibly simple. You've got proponents like Mitesh Khatri who basically boil it down to this. He says, no rituals, no crystals, just a water bottle and your energy. That's it. No complicated ceremonies, no fancy, expensive tools. It's just you, a bottle of water, and your own focus.
And yeah, that's really the big question we're tackling in this explainer, isn't it? Can you actually drink your desires into reality? I mean, can a simple glass of water, just by thinking into it, really change your life? Or is something else going on? All right, let's break it all down. Okay, so first things first, what are we even talking about when we say manifesting with water? Well, at its core, it's the practice of using water as a vessel for your intentions. The idea is that you charge the water with your goals, your affirmations. The belief is that the water then holds on to that energy, and when you drink it, you're basically absorbing that intention, which in theory helps make it happen. All right, so how do people actually do this? What are the practical steps? There are a few different ways for sure, but we're going to focus on the two most popular methods, the ones you're probably seeing all over social media. Okay, first up, we have the magic water bottle technique. And it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. So here's how it works. Step one, you got to get really, really clear on what you want. Then you write it down on a piece of paper or a label. But, and this is key, you write it in the present tense, like it's already happened. So not, I want to be rich, but I am financially abundant. You stick that label right on your water bottle, fill it up, and then you just let it sit overnight. The idea is that it's charging with that intention. The next day, you just drink that water throughout the day. And then you repeat the whole process. All right, the second big one you'll see is called the 2-cup method. This one's a bit more ritualistic, more symbolic. Some people even call it quantum jumping. So you take 2 cups. On one, you write your current situation, maybe stuck. And on the other, you write your desired reality, like thriving. You pour water into that stuck cup, and you actually hold it for a minute, and you really let yourself feel what that's like. Then, and this is the important part, you slowly pour that water from the current cup into the desired cup. You're making the jump. Now you hold that second cup, and you feel all the joy and excitement as if your goal is already real. The very last step, you drink the water, and you tell yourself it's done. Okay, so we've got the how. We've got these rituals. But the billion-dollar question is still, why do people believe this stuff works? And this is where it gets super interesting, because you've basically got 2 totally different camps, 2 completely different explanations for how this could possibly be effective. So on one side, you've got what you might call the energy science view. This idea is built on a couple of key concepts. First is water memory. This is a pretty controversial idea that water can literally hold a memory of things it's come into contact with. Then there's the idea of vibration, the belief that your words, your thoughts, your intentions, they all have a specific energy frequency that the water can absorb. And a huge name associated with this is Dr. Emoto. His experiments are famous, though I should say heavily debated in the scientific community, for supposedly showing that positive words could create these beautiful, perfect ice crystals, while negative words made them look ugly and distorted. Okay, now for the other side of the coin, the psychologist's view. And from this perspective, the magic isn't in the water at all. It's in your mind. The argument here is that the ritual is a powerful form of what's called subconscious priming. You know how when you decide you want a new red car, all of a sudden you start seeing red cars everywhere? It's like that. The ritual tunes your brain to look for and notice opportunities that align with your goal. And of course, there's the huge power of the placebo effect. Just the act of believing something will work can create very real changes. At the end of the day, the process just gives you a moment of mindful focus. It reinforces positive thinking, and that alone can boost your mood and your motivation to go after what you want. So let's just lay this out side by side because it really clarifies the debate. The believer's explanation, the water molecules themselves get charged with your intention's energy. The psychologist's view, nope, your subconscious mind is what's getting charged with focus. One says you're drinking the literal vibration of your desire, the other says you're reinforcing your belief in that desire. So it really comes down to one simple question. Is the magic in the water, or is the magic in your mind? But here's a really cool twist in all this. While it might feel like a brand new TikTok trend, this idea of charging water with power, it's not new at all. In fact, it's a modern version of beliefs that go back, well, thousands of years. I mean, think about it. Across pretty much every culture, across all of history, water has been seen as something more than just water. It's been viewed as the source of life itself, a powerful tool for purification, and even a sacred bridge between our world and the divine.
In Christianity, for instance, you have baptism. Water is used there for purification, for rebirth. It's a symbol of washing away the old and starting a new spiritual life.
And you see the exact same theme in Hinduism. Millions of people make the pilgrimage to bathe in sacred rivers like the Ganges. The belief is that this act washes away sins and purifies the soul. In Judaism, there's the ancient tradition of the mikveh. It's a special ritual bath that's used specifically for spiritual cleansing and achieving a state of purity. And in Islam, before prayer, there's the ritual of wudu. This involves using water to wash and to achieve both physical and spiritual purity. So you see this pattern, right? This through line across the globe is undeniable. Water is sacred and water purifies. Okay, so that brings us all the way back to our original question. We've looked at the how-to, we've broken down the two big competing theories, and we've even seen how this connects to ancient beliefs. So, what's the final verdict? Does this stuff actually work? You know, the most honest answer is probably not a simple yes or no. This whole practice really lives in this fascinating space right in between psychology, ritual, and belief. It's where the meaning becomes totally personal, and the power, well, the power seems to come from inside you. And that really leaves us with one final question to chew on. If a simple ritual, just you and a glass of water, helps you focus, helps you feel calm, and makes you believe more strongly in your own goals, does it actually matter if the magic is real?